I've put a stop to my 12-year-old daughter's period party. My wife and I have two daughters. The older one's away at college, and our 12-year-old is the complete opposite of her sister. She's quiet, keeps to herself, doesn't really like being the center of attention at all. So a couple months back, I'm in my office working when my daughter walks in looking like she's about to cry. She's stuttering and fidgeting with her hands, and finally tells me she just got her first period. I could tell she was mortified having to tell me this, but my wife was still at work for another hour. I grabbed the box of pads we'd bought a few months ago, went over how to use them, gave her some Midol and ice cream, and told her it's completely normal and nothing to be embarrassed about. She seemed relieved, thanked me, and that was that. When my wife got home, our daughter told her what happened. My wife immediately started crying the whole "my baby's growing up" thing, which was fine. But then she asked who we should invite to the period party. I'd heard about these from a comedy special once, but honestly thought they were a joke. My daughter's face went completely blank. She said no, she didn't want that, and she didn't want anyone knowing about this. Then she just walked to her room and shut the door. My wife looked at me expecting backup, but I told her our daughter said no, so that should be the end of it. 2 days later, I come home from the store, and before I even get my shoes off, my daughter runs up asking if she can do homework in my office. Super weird request, but I said sure. She practically sprinted upstairs. That's when I heard noise from the living room and walked in to find the entire room decorated with banners and balloons. There were like 8 women there, family, friends, and some moms from the neighborhood, all holding drinks and chatting. I pulled my wife into the hallway and asked what she was doing. She said she was about to get our daughter for her party. I reminded her that our daughter specifically said she didn't want this. My wife waved me off saying she didn't really mean it, that this was an important moment, and our daughter needed to know not to be ashamed of her body. I told her our daughter wasn't ashamed, she just didn't want to broadcast it to the neighborhood. My wife said I wouldn't understand because it's a woman thing. She literally tried to push past me to go get our daughter. I blocked the doorway. She asked what was wrong with me, and I asked what was wrong with her. Our daughter is painfully shy. She made it crystal clear she wanted none of this, and my wife did it anyway. My wife insisted it was for her own good, that we couldn't let her grow up with a negative attitude about something natural. I said she already doesn't have a negative attitude. I'd explained everything. She just didn't want to discuss it with a room full of adults. Then my wife said it wasn't my business to talk to her about it in the first place. I asked if I was supposed to ignore our crying daughter for an hour until she got home from work. She said I should have called her. I pointed out that would still take an hour, and our daughter was upset right then. My wife said I don't know anything about periods because I've never had one. I didn't even bother arguing that point. I just told her no. I wasn't letting her force our daughter into this. She went back to the living room and told everyone the party was off because I was being a jerk. I followed her in and calmly told the women that I appreciated what they wanted to do, but our daughter had explicitly said she did not want this party, and I wasn't going to make her do something that made her uncomfortable. A few of the moms looked pretty annoyed at my wife. She started backtracking, saying she didn't think our daughter was being serious, but I just started taking down the decorations. Everyone left pretty quickly after that. Once they were gone, my daughter came back downstairs and sat at the kitchen table to do her homework like normal. My wife gave her this half-hearted apology about not thinking she was serious, but our daughter just ignored her and kept working.